Hey everybody, it's Dr. Val and welcome to my channel. Let's talk for my sister friends. You are in the right place if you want to be encouraged, motivated, uplifted, and pushed ever so gently into your destiny. Stay with me as we talk about you found your dream man, but are you his dream woman? Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's Dr. Val. You know what we're talking about. You found your dream man, but are you his dream woman? So if you missed my video last week, right here, wherever it's posted, go ahead and check that out first and then come back and hop on in this conversation. So ladies, sister friends, you know that last week we basically went in on the men. And decided and determined once and for all what we will and what we won't accept. But in the same breath, you have to be honest enough to say, with what you're working with right now, are you someone's dream woman? Are you? Do you have baggage? Do you have unhealed wounds? So I know that we have an expectation and we have a right to have an expectation, but so does the man. Now, you have some good brothers, some good men out there who, when they step up to the table, they're bringing it. So you have to make sure that when you step up, you're bringing it too. That means doing inventory, a self check, really knowing one, if you haven't watched this video, do you know who you are? Go back and watch it. Okay, go back and watch it. But knowing who you are, knowing what you like, what you want, and what you don't want, okay? Being honest with the fact of where you are in your life, what you can tolerate, what you don't want to tolerate. Because just like we don't want men coming to us to fix them, men don't want us coming to them to be fixed. Is this making sense? I hope it's making sense to somebody. Nobody, no one wants to be in a relationship with someone. I want to say it like this: that's more work than it's worth. You understand what I mean? Like, have you ever heard this saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? That means, is the effort that I have to put in to be with you worth the results that I'm going to get on the other end? If it's not, ladies, sister friends, beloved, sweetheart, honey bunny, if it's not, he's walking away. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. Because when a man enters your life, a really good man, a man who has it together, they're looking for you to have your stuff together. Now, remember in the last video, I said there is a natural process of becoming one. There's a process that you have to go through to become one with your partner. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you have 10-year-old unhealed wounds from previous relationships. And then when he gets with you, anything that looks like that whatever that was that happened in your old relationship, then he's held at gunpoint, if you will, for some past trauma that he has nothing to do with. And then he has to talk you off the ledge. Come on now. I know what I'm talking about. I know. Now, for the women who got it all together, but I tell you this, none of us have it all together. We're put together better than we were yesterday and the day before, but nobody has it all together. That's why we're still striving to get better, become the best versions of ourselves. But for the women who you're in a good place, let me put it like that. And if someone came into your life, you would be a asset to them, then good. This video, not for you. But for the women who keep going from relationship to relationship to relationship, you're in love with the idea of a relationship. Let me turn my camera down just a little bit. You're in love with the idea of a relationship, but do you really know what it takes to be in a relationship? Now, you've been in relationships fragmented. You're not whole, your partner's not whole, but do you know what it really takes to be in a relationship where the man is already ready? That's a whole different ball game. That's a whole different ball game. And again, let me say this, not that we all don't have things to work on, but we can be in a place where we're able to handle the good that comes into our lives. We can be ready for that. Absolutely 100%. So the question is, Sister Fran, are you ready? Are you ready? Have you forgiven everybody in your past that you need to forgive? Have you forgiven yourself? Do you have realistic expectations? Because again, if you're expecting a man to come into your life to complete you, that's unrealistic. At this moment right now, are you the best version of yourself that you could possibly be? And one thing I didn't talk about on the last video regarding the men, but it's still applicable, is this. When you think about someone being ready and you being able to receive them, what I'm talking about is that you know yourself so well that you won't put somebody through the heartache and heartbreak of being with you, because you'll know right up front if they're the one or not, because you know you, right? Even down to, I'm a night person, he's a morning person. I like jazz, he likes R&B. I don't like the cold weather, he loves the cold weather. I want children, he doesn't want children. I'm serving God, he's not serving God. I'm talking about, are you ready? As much as possible, you need to consider every possible scenario. I'm a saver, he's a spender. Come on now. Many relationships have broken up over less. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. So you, Sister Friend, have to be ready to receive the person that you're believing God for. And in such a place that you won't damage them or harm them or hurt them, because you still have areas in your life that's not together. Oh, trust me. Honey, I've been there, got the t-shirt, can write a book about it. I've done it. I've been there. But also, let me say this point as well. Sister Friend, if you settle for something you really don't want, if you settle just for good enough, he's not perfect, but he's good enough. You and him, you're both going to be miserable for the rest of your lives that you're together. Don't settle for somebody who is just good enough. Oh, he'll change. But then this comes back to you knowing who you are. Because if you know who you are not going to settle. Are you hearing me? Wave at me. Wave at me. Put something in the chat. Respond. You are not going to settle. But also, You're not going to have unrealistic expectations that no man can possibly meet because you were hurt by different men in your life in the past. Come on, we got to do a work here. We have to do a work, a serious work. We have to do a work on ourselves, sister friends, on ourselves and what we have been telling ourselves, what we believe about ourselves, what we believe about relationships, what our parents have told us, what we've seen from people we love and admire. We have to do a work on our mind, our emotions, so that when this man comes, you will be ready. You will be ready. And then he can say, and you both can say, I found the person that adds to my life. The last point I'm going to make is so much I can say about this. But you don't want a relationship based on trauma. Trauma-based relationships are a real thing. And you don't want your relationship to be based on trauma and you believing that you have so much in common. Because the you that is experiencing trauma that's unhealed is most likely a different you that would see him and not accept him. Because you make different decisions. Come on, when you heal versus not, right? We're going to have to do a video on this one. I'm going to have to do a video on this one. I'm going to do a video on this one, on trauma-based relationships. But the healed you sees things differently. The healed you. And the healed you is able to love the way a person is meant to be loved. All right? So that's all I have. I mean, I'm going to cut it off here. I mean, I could say more, but I think you get the point. Don't just expect the man to come with it. You have to come with it too, right? You have to be what he needs, what he wants. And you guys have to add to one another's lives in the best way possible. All right. I love you so much. I really do. So join me next week when I talk about Sister. That song is not in your key. And it's not what you think it's going to be about. It's not about music, honey. Music is a metaphor. Sister, or I could even say you're singing off key. So make sure you join me next week and have a great day. Bye.